Batting 7th, playing right field, number 11, Caitlin Fogg. Batting 8th, the catcher, number 12, Brooke Rice. Batting 9th, playing second base, number 1, Lauren Uhas. And the flex for today's game is the starting pitcher, number 30, Mackenzie Cole. The head coach of the Bobcats is Kenzie Rourke, who's assisted by Ashley Taylor and Andrew Stober. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
From Athens, Ohio, off the banks of the Hocking, Ohio softball in their regular season finale. They welcome in Western Michigan, the Broncos from Kalamazoo. Western Michigan, 19-32 overall, 10-15 in conference play. They're looking to play a spoiler because the Bobcats, they've already clinched a spot in the Mid-American Conference Tournament. However, it's just what seed they'll be at this point. We'll go through the MAC standings and a lot more, but first, let's start today's starting lineups. And first, the visiting Western Michigan Broncos. Cassidy Brenke set to lead things off for the Broncos. Jordan Swinehart will hit second, followed by Courtney Farish, the DP, hitting third. Alyssa Kramer is in the cleanup spot for Western Michigan, followed by Riley Galloway, our pitcher. She is a do-it-all player. We'll get in more with her later on. Natalie Shuey, she hit a walk-off single in the previous series against Northern Illinois that Western Michigan had. It was a fantastic finish for her. Hitting 7th for Western Michigan, Taylor Garvey, the right fielder, and hitting 8th and 9th for WMU, Taylor Wolf and Rissa Bejas. For Ohio, defensively, the Bobcats go like this. Carolyn Spacek at first, Lauren Uhas at second, Megan McMenemy at short, followed by Analia Paoli in the hot corner at third base. In the outfield from left to right, Yasmin Logan, Allie Inglet in center, and Caitlin Fogg down the right field line. Brooke Rice behind the dish for Ohio, and pitching game one for the Cats, Mackenzie Cole. And Cole sets for today's first pitch. It's in there for a called strike, and we're underway off the banks of the Hocking as the sun starts to shine for the first time in Southeast Ohio. Dark clouds off beyond the left field and left center field wall. Those clouds non-threatening us here in Southeast Ohio as the 0-1 pitch is swung on and looped into shallow left field, down for a base hit in front of Yasmin Logan. And Cassidy Brenke's on first base with a leadoff single to begin today's game.
Now batting the second base.
Cassidy Brenke, her 42nd hit this year. The 5'4" sophomore from Belleville, Michigan. Now her hit streak. She came into this game riding a 3-game mini streak, and now you can make that 4 off the leadoff single. That brings up Jordan Swinehart with a runner on first base and nobody out. Top half of the first as Cole deals the first pitch of the at-bat, and it's low and outside, or high and outside rather, for ball 1. Mackenzie Cole's stats this season, she's 14-12 overall. This is her 28th start. 4.45 ERA, and 176 in the third innings of work. Show a bunt, it's down in front of the pitcher's circle. It's Spacek who grabs it, fumbles the throw, throws to first, not in time. Juhas covering the first base back, throws off the mark to third. So Western Michigan with runners on the corners to begin this game. Cole and Spacek just were not communicating on that bunt on who had the ball. And on the transition, Spacek, after fielding the bunt, just did not have a clean throw to Juhas at first. And Juhas's throw across the diamond to Paoli was well off the mark. So Brenke all the way to third, Swinehart on first. E3. And that brings up Courtney Farish, today's designated player. A .320 hitter is Farish. First pitch to her is a ball, 1-0. This is why Courtney Farish is, without a doubt, a threat at the plate. Yeah, she's averaging .320. She hasn't played in every game this year, but she's coming off the best max series that she's had this year. She was 5 for 9 against Northern Illinois, and she pops up back to Cole in front of the pitcher's circle, and it drops. It drops. Rice throws down to second base, and it's off the mark for McMenemy. Runner comes home to try to score, and the Bobcats manage to get Brenke out at home. Boy, a disastrous first inning for Ohio. And time called as both Kenzie Roark and Ashley Taylor come out onto the field to talk to their players. Taylor pulls the infield aside, I should say behind the pitcher's circle, and Kenzie Roark chats with Cole and Brooke Rice. So to set this for you again, since this has just been a chaotic, very chaotic start to this game, Cassidy Brenke out at home, Swinehart safe at second, Courtney Farish on first base safely on the E1. So back-to-back errors, almost scored a run, but runners are on first and second base. No score, top half of the first. There is one out here in the top half of the first as Cole deals to Kramer, and it's swung on and belted to deep center. However, Inglet makes the catch in front of the warning track. Tagging from second to third is Swinehart. Throw was off the mark from Allie Inglet. So now there are two gone, runners on the corners here in the top half of the first. That brings up Riley Galloway, today's pitcher. She's also hitting fifth in this lineup. Head coach for Western Michigan, Kathy Litke. Boy, she was fun to talk to earlier today before the game. Had nothing but great things to say about her 6'1" senior, Riley Galloway, who decided to return for her 5th year. Just came in with a whole different mindset this year. 4 for 7 in the split series against Northern Illinois. Runners on the corners and a big spot here for the pitcher and hitter. She slaps one hard through the left side, hold a base hit, and Western Michigan's out in front 1-0 to begin today's game. All these errors come back to haunt Ohio. And moving up to second base is Farish. Riley Galloway with her 39th hit this year and 25th RBI. Natalie Shuey, the hero, in Game 2 against Northern Illinois, in which Western Michigan won 7-6. Bases loaded, 2 outs, the situation every player dreams of, as Cole misses outside. 1-0 to Shuey. Where your team's back up against the wall, you're at the plate. That's just a 8-year-old's backyard scenario that you prepare yourself for 10 years into the future. Here's the 1-0, swing and a miss for strike one. Coach Litke saying today, you know, this is a kid in Natalie Shuey who just works so hard, and finally, even though her numbers don't necessarily articulate how great of a hard worker that she may be, she hits 138 this year. She swings through the next pitch. Throw down to second base is not in time. Brooke Rice nearly got Courtney Farish at second base. However, Natalie Shuey, that one hit really did define all the hard work that she's put in this year to get better at this game. Runners on first and second base. Western Michigan already ahead 1-0 to begin today's game. 2 gone. As Cole's ready, the 1-2 swung on and lifted to the right side over the first base dugout and out of play. Still 1-2. Boy, and Ohio head coach Kenzie Roark and I were just talking about this. The one thing that she has an issue with a lot of the times are just these Ohio self-inflicted wounds. Errors that lead to runs. And that's been how Ohio has shot themselves in the foot late down the stretch. Swung on and lifted in the shallow right center field. Lauren Uhas backtracks over the shoulder, makes the catch behind her ponytail. That gets Ohio out of the sloppiest inning I think we've seen at OSF this year. We'll step aside as Ohio trails Western Michigan 1-0. Home half coming up on the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield.
If you're traveling to a game, a weekend road trip, or just around town, you need to stop at GoMart. You'll find a GoMart open 24 hours a day right off the interstate or right off Main Street in your local community. You can refuel your ride with quality gasoline and also yourself with popular snacks, drinks, and more. We're making it easy to keep up with your busy schedule by keeping you on the go. GoMart is the proud sponsor of Ohio Bobcat football.
Go for good times. Go for GoMart. Get your ice cold Bud Light Seltzer here. Even though you can't go to the game, doesn't mean the game can't be brought to you now here. Just go to budlight.com/delivery. That's budlight.com/delivery.
Give me 2 mangoes.
Coming at you. It's a little short. Ow. Sorry. You know what? I'm just going to walk them over to you.
Whenever there's a game to watch, there's a Bud Light there. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, and Bud Light Seltzer, IRC Beer in Texas, St. Louis, Missouri.
Western Michigan already leads Ohio 1-0 in the final series of the regular season. Jake Camata back with you. Thanks so much for making us a part of your... Today's Saturday? Yes, it's Saturday. It is Saturday. Sometimes you just lose. You just lose the days of the week. But Western Michigan capitalizes off 2 Ohio errors in a very sloppy Ohio first inning defensively. However, they did have 2 hits, so kudos to them for taking advantage of Ohio's mistakes. Offensively for Ohio, Allie Inglet leads things off, followed by Yasmin Logan. Megan McMenemy, the shortstop, hitting third, followed by Analia Paoli in the cleanup spot. Sophia Bernard, the DP, swinging fifth, followed by Carolyn Spacek, the first baseman, who hits sixth. Set the rest of the lineup here in a second as Riley Galloway deals her first pitch today, and it's low and outside to Ohio's Allie Inglet for ball 1. Caitlin Fogg, Brooke Rice, and Lauren Uhas round out Ohio's offensive 9. Riley Galloway, the right-hander, her 1-0 pitch, off the mark, 2-0 to Allie Inglet. Riley Galloway, now Western Michigan's single-season record holder for strikeouts. 261 coming into today. However, the record breaker was number 248. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Allie Inglet, a 363 hitter. She turns on one into right field. It lands for a base hit. And Allie Inglet's on with her 50th hit of the season. Boy, 50 hits in a year, that's quite the single season, and a lot more softball coming up for Allie Inglet with the MAC tournament. Pitching numbers for Riley Galloway this season. She has been by far Western Michigan's best pitcher. 2.7 ERA, her 33rd appearance and 30th start this year. She's 13-17 overall as Yasmin Logan skies one to center field, medium deep. Wolf under it to make the catch for out number 1. Riley Galloway, 183 2/3 innings of work. She's allowed 122 hits, and get this, 75 runs allowed by Riley Galloway this year. Only 55 of them are earned. Wow. Opponents' hitches 184 against Galloway this year. She has struck out 200 and 61 batters, like I said, coming into today. She faces Megan McManamy, swing and a miss, throw down to second base. Allie Inglet swipes second, no problem. And with one away, Ohio has a runner in scoring position at second base. Allie Inglet, now 90 career stolen bases, second all-time in Ohio history. She's now 21 away from Stacy Belleville's 111. The pitch. McManamy lines one up the middle, past a diving Swinehart, and Allie Inglet in the third base, rather, as Megan McManamy on first base with a one-out single. This is also something that Kenzie Roark was telling us earlier, that a lot of the times Ohio has just had to out-hit their mistakes, and here they are to begin what is a series or regular season finale weekend, already having to out-hit their own mistakes. Granted, they only trail 1-0 in the bottom half of the first, but still, can't do this come next week. It'll be a lot harder, and a lot, the pressure will be higher. The pitch to Analia Paoli, 2 inside. She scoots out of the way in the back of the batter's box, 1-0. Talked to Kenzie Roark before the game, and she talked about her 5'8" sophomore from Point Marion, Pennsylvania, saying, you know, she should very well be in the MAC Player of the Year conversation. Hitting .390 this year. The pitch is swung on the ground to third. A slow roller. Kramer picks it up from the dirt and throws out Paoli at first. And Paoli's down on the 5-3, and that brings up Sophia Bernard, the DP, as rain starts to fall here in Athens. Not good for equipment and paper, that's for sure. Sophia Bernard, runners on second and third. Ohio down 1-0 in the first as Bernard pops up first base side, and making the catch easily is Bejas, and that ends the first inning. So Ohio leaves the tying run and potential go-ahead run stranded on the second and third. We'll step aside right after this on the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield.
Groceries online with ClickList from Kroger. You can do your shopping anytime, anywhere, like the gym, the office, or your favorite comfy couch. And whether you place your order on your phone, tablet, or computer, it's still your neighborhood Kroger. So you'll find all the fresh choices, low prices, and great deals you love. And you'll save time, too. Try ClickList from Kroger with same-day pickup. Check it out at Kroger.com. Fresh food, low prices at Kroger.
You got your go-tos, your standbys, even your favorites. But the beefy, cheesy burgers at McDonald's take you back to where it all began. Your Bite Zero, when you first tasted what a burger should be like. 2 perfectly seasoned beef patties stacked with a single slice of melty cheese on a golden bun. Now at McDonald's, get 2 McDouble burgers for $3. Whatever it is to you, classics are classics for a reason. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
Well, rain is definitely falling here in southeast Ohio coming into our press area, but no worries. We got a tarp. We got everything we need. But 1-0 Ohio Ohio deficit to Western Michigan. 2 errors and 2 hits. I should say 2 Ohio errors and 2 Western Michigan hits. No problem. Broncos were able to take advantage and thus have the early 1-0 lead. Bobcats, though, left 2 on and 2 stranded, both in scoring position back in the home half of the first. So Taylor Garvey at the dish. First pitch to her is outside for ball 1. Boy, it's never fun. Our press area, too, our box up here, it's not enclosed. So the rain coming in to the press box is never fun. Foul off to the backstop. It's a 1-1 count. 7, 8, 9 batters due up this inning for Western Michigan. Here's the 1-1. It's hit to the right side and out of play. I beg your pardon, Taylor Gary, excuse me. Couldn't read my own handwriting there. Gary, G-A-R-E-Y. Gary, 173 hitter this year. 9 hits and 3 RBIs. Right-hander on right-hander, Mackenzie Cole trying to bounce back after a tough first inning. And she throws over the feet of Gary, 2-2. It's Western Michigan team split against Northern Illinois. Dropped game 1 4-3 last weekend and managed to come back 7-6 in game 2. Foul off to the right side and out of play. Count stays 2-2 for Taylor Gary, our right fielder today. And wind blowing in too. Boy, this is a rare and very rare system coming in from left field. Normally it comes from behind home plate and pushes out towards the outfield. Gary takes up and in for ball 3. Crowd doesn't like that one. Gary was 0 for 2 in one of the games against Northern Illinois. Her last hit was April the 23rd against Central Michigan in that series. Here's the full count pitch. It's fouled off to the right and curls out of the facility. One nothing ball game with Western Michigan out in front of Ohio, top half of the second. Cole's ready, the 3-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And that's how you start an inning after a very rough first inning. Mackenzie Cole's first strikeout today and her 122nd this season. You're hearing the wind blow too into our crowd mic. That's all blowing in. I don't think we've had a time this year where the wind has blown in. Normally balls fly out of OSF, but I don't really think that's going to be the case today unless you really get a hold of one. Here's the pitch to Taylor Wolf, and it's upstairs and outside for ball 1. But it seems like the little rain droplets that were coming into our press box feels like that's all done. But Lord knows I'll remove this tarp, and Mother Nature will make me pay for that one. Swing and a miss for Taylor Wolf. And it's a 1-1 count. One down, nobody on for Western Michigan, and a 1-0 advantage over Ohio, top half of the second. Western Michigan has an offense 10th in the league at 214 as a team. Another ball thrown by Cole. 2 balls, 1 strike. Cole, the right-hander, ready for Taylor Wolf. The 2-1 misses outside. Now a favorable 3-1 count for Wolf. Kenzie Cole, 5'7" senior for Ohio. Corona Del Mar, California native, enjoyed her senior weekend last weekend, and even though Ohio dropped that series to NIU, still a enjoyable senior day Sunday win. The 3-1 up high for ball 4. First walk today for Cole.
First baseman, number 11,
Rissa Bejas, first baseman, 214 hitter. She's hitting 9th today, steps in. Kenzie Cole didn't necessarily have the best outing up in Toledo. She allowed 8 runs, 7 earned, off 12 hits. She pitched a complete game. The pitch, swing and a miss. I should say swing and a tip. Bejas was pretty far behind on that pitch. Cole, though, walked a tied season-high 6 batters. She struck out 5. Now 5 times this year, Cole has had 10 hits or more against her in a game. Here's the 0-1. Show bunt, pulled back, and it's ball 1. That was also Mackenzie Cole's 6th straight complete game. 10 of her last 11 outings have been complete games, and that just goes with Ohio having 2 pitchers and just using the 2-pitcher system. Foul off to the right by Bejas. 1 ball, 2 strikes. A lot of people say how rare that is, and yeah, it is, but if you think you have two capable pitchers, however, injuries are also the reason why Ohio has two pitchers. But there have been Ohio softball teams in the past who have very well succeeded with two pitchers. The pitch is swung on and blooped down the right field line. Foul. Caitlin Fogg pursued after that one, but it was nowhere near her. I mean, you think about the teams, the Savannah Joe Dorsey days, where basically it was Sav that threw all those innings. You look at the Ohio record book, and you'll look at the amount of innings that she pitched, and also, I mean, Danny Stein even. Think about Danny pitching all those innings and games, taking Ohio to the NCAA tournament. Here's the 1-2. High and in, strike three call. What a pitch by Cole. She's rung up two this inning in her lone two of the ball game. And we're back topside for Western Michigan and Cassidy Brenke, who singled her first go-around. 5'4" sophomore from Belleville, Michigan. 2 for 5 in game 1 against Northern last weekend, and 1 for 3 in game 2. The pitch pops her up, but this one gets out of play behind home plate, 0-1. Now a 4-game hit streak for Cassidy Brenke after her single back in the first. Now she's had a hit in 6 of her last 7, and she's 8 for 19 in 6 of her last 7 games. Hitting .389 coming into today over the last 6 games. Ball misses from Cole, 1-1. Brenke against the MAC this year, hitting .265. For the season, she's at .275. Has a runner on first base with 2 gone and a 1-0 lead. Call strike, throw down to first, not in time. Diving back, Taylor Wolf. So it's a 1-2 count to Cassidy Brenke on a gloomy day in Southeast Ohio. Wind blowing in from left field, and a 1-0 Western Michigan advantage on Ohio in the top half of the second. Cole looks to third. She's ready. The 1-2 is fouled off to the right. Cole switches out softballs to our home plate umpire. And we're ready to do it again. Runner on first. 2 gone for WMU, top half of the second. The 1-0 lead on Ohio. The 1-2, too high. Runner breaks for second base. The throw down by Rice is in time. Taylor Wolf caught stealing. That takes us to the home half of the second. And she got a very bad break, especially against somebody like Rice, who already is well known around the conference for her cannon behind the dish. 1-0 lead, Western Michigan on top of Ohio. More after this on the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield.
Voice of the Bobcats, Russ Eisenstein, on behalf of David White Services, the largest heating and cooling dealer in Southeast Ohio. They've been the choice of thousands for over 45 years. Offering the most efficient Lennox heat pumps, air conditioners, and furnaces, David White Services can save you money on your heating and cooling bills.
Thanks, Russ. I'm David White.
And I'm Esther White Thomas, inviting you to call us today to schedule a free estimate for heating and cooling or a new gas fireplace.
David White Services is a proud sponsor of Ohio Bobcat Athletics.
Plan your next visit to stand up and cheer for your Ohio Bobcats in Athens County, Ohio. Visit AthensOhio.com, the best resource for where to eat, where to stay, where to shop, and where to play. Athens County is home to countless trails and outdoor activities. Enjoy mountain biking, kayaking, rock climbing, and hiking. Find your own adventure. Cruise the Hockhocking Adena Bikeway. Mountain bike the Bailey's Trail System. Hike trails less traveled at Stroud's Run State Park. Or ride 9 thrilling motorcycle routes on Ohio's Windy 9. We can't wait to see you in Athens County, Ohio.
Kaylin Spacek set to lead things off for Ohio in the top, or should say bottom half of the second. 1-0 Western Michigan lead on Ohio as Carroll takes low and in, and that pitch bounces to the backstop from Riley Galloway. So a 1-0 count to start. talked to Kenzie Roark, Ohio head coach, before the game, and I said, you know, someone like Riley Galloway, you're definitely not going, I mean, you're going to see her. You're not going to see her. And she said, you know, we fully anticipate seeing Galloway in game one as the 1-0 comes and finishes high, 2-0. Said, what's the game plan against someone like her? She said, you know, you have to attack her early because, I mean, someone like Galloway, who has Western Michigan's single season strikeouts record, 261 strikeouts, that's a lot coming into today. She said, that's someone who throws a lot of strikes, so we have to attack her early. As Spacek grounds one to the left side, foul, 2-1. So that's the plan to Galloway. It still is early. Ohio did get 2 hits against her back in the first, but Galloway was able to get out of the jam with runners on second and third. Here's the 2-1 to the senior. Spacek grounded back over to Galloway inside the circle. She throws to first for out number 1. Hard hit ball by Spacek, but Galloway's quick reflexes able to stab that one and get the first out.
Hey, let's go, Fogey. Have some fun up there.
Caitlin Fogg, 5'4" senior from Columbia, Missouri, comes into the batter's box. Little 3-game hit streak of her own, the .222 hitter this season. Here's the pitch from Galloway. Low, ball 1. Caitlin Fogg gets a hit today. She would tie her season-best 4-game hit streak, in which she started against Marshall and bled into the Buffalo series. She went 6 for 13 in that stretch. An inside jam job foul to Ohio's on-deck circle. 1-1 the count.
Hey, you got this, Fogey, I believe.
Fogg in her last 3 games, 4 for 10. 3 runs scored. She was 2 for 6 up in Northwest Ohio earlier this week. She skies one high to medium deep left field. Shuey under it. She makes the 2-handed squeeze. And 2 up, 2 down for Ohio's bottom portion of the lineup. However, I say bottom portion of the lineup, but then you face someone like Brooke Rice, who comes up to bat. The 5'11" fifth year from Mason, Ohio, crushed a grand slam at Toledo in game 1. She was 1 for 4 in that game with a season-high 4 RBIs in 1 game. She swings through an off-speed pitch, 0-1. Coach Roark shared a fun story with Brooke Rice, saying, you know, because Toledo called time to talk things over, and here's the 0-1. Fouled off, 0-2 with 2 outs, nobody on, and Western leads 1-0 on Ohio, bottom half of the second. Kenzie Roark told Rice, you know, if they throw it to you right down the plate, you got to get a hold of it. I give you permission to give it your all. And what they do, they threw right down the middle, and Rice certainly gave it her all. She leaves a pitch off the plate alone, 1-2. 2 gone for Ohio in a 1-0 Western Michigan lead. Bottom half of the second, nobody on for Ohio. The 1-2 is nubbed foul. Off to the left and over Ohio's third base dugout. Again, the wind continues to blow in. Just very rare. Normally all year it's blowing out, and it's a hitter's dream. Here's the 1-2. Foul tipped at the plate. Still 1-2 to Brooke Rice. The right-hander's ready, so is Galloway, the righty. The 1-2 with 2 outs. Upstairs, counts even. In case you're just joining us, 2 errors for Ohio. Just a chaotic first inning for Ohio's gloves. Led to a Western Michigan run. The 2-2 with 2 outs. Fouled off the bat and hits the helmet of Rice. Kenzie Roark from down the third base line. Gonna have a check with Rice. Flashes her a smile and course, Rice, she's tough. Steps back in with the right foot first. Adjusts her all-white helmet. Bobcats in their green, all-green jerseys today. Broncos in their all-whites. The 2-2 with 2 outs. Outside, strike 3 call. 1-2-3 inning for Western Michigan. And Riley Galloway, who's second in the conference in total strikeouts, has just reeled in strikeout number 262. We step aside, Western Michigan leading Ohio. After this on the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield.
Let's go Cats. Let's go Labatt Blue Light. When you drink a pristine Canadian Pilsner, you're good at beer. Bobcats fans, grab a Labatt Blue Light and be good at beer. Always enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2021 Labatt USA, Buffalo, New York. All rights reserved. Labatt, registered U.S. trademark of Labatt Brewing Company, Ltd.
The road to a championship is built on years of practice and hard work. That's true in basketball and the construction industry. The apprenticeship and upgrade training programs provided by the Athens Area Union Building Trades produces the workforce with the most modern skills and cutting-edge knowledge in the industry. The key to success to the Bobcats on the floor is the same as your choice on the work site. The winning move is working with members of the Athens Area Union Building Trades, proud sponsor of Ohio University basketball.
Western Michigan 1, Ohio nothing. Top half of the third coming up, and Cassidy Brenke, who was at the plate when Taylor Wolf got caught stealing with 2 outs, comes up to bat again to lead us off, although this time to lead us off in the third. Cassidy Brenke, 41 hits this year, one of the bright spots in Western Michigan's season. They're out of contention for the MAC tournament and a goal that they set for themselves in the beginning of the year. And however, they missed that goal at 19-32 and 10-15 in conference play. However, they can play spoiler here today as Brenke hits one to deep right field. Fogue under it, reaches up to make the over-the-shoulder grab. And there's out number 1 to begin inning number 3.
Number 12,
Jordan Swinehart, who's batting second in this Western Michigan lineup, steps up. More on what's taking place next week and what's on the line. The MAC tournament and a bid to the NCAA tournament as Swinehart looks high for ball 1. Here are your top 4. Miami and Ohio have clinched for sure. Bowling Green has also clinched for sure, but that 4 spot, at least, I mean, the MAC hasn't tweeted out whether Central Michigan's in for sure or not. Cole misses low and inside for ball 2. But Central would be your 4. Ball State at 13-14, and also Akron at 13-14. Boy, Ball State, they were looking good for a while until this 5-game losing streak that they're on. Yikes. The wrong time to lose 5 in a row. Swung on by Swinehart deep into left center field. Allie Inglet there up against the wall and hits off the top of the wall. Into second base standing is Jordan Swinehart. Long double. And she's 1 for 2 now today, after reaching and scoring on an error on Carolyn Spacek back in the first. Now that brings up Courtney Farish. And Brooke Rice out to the circle to have a chat with Kenzie Cole. And Brooke Rice says normally during this visit she tries to go out there to calm pitchers. Sometimes she'll normally come with a joke if she realizes things aren't going wrong. She spends all offseason with her pitchers, and she also says that she tries to look for triggers during the offseason and also during non-conference play for her pitchers. You know, when she feels things aren't going right and she feels like her pitchers are down, she goes out there to really encourage her pitchers and just say, hey, you have a lot of people behind you that are ready to make a play. As Courtney Farish takes strike 1, 0-1. Runner aboard second, Western Michigan 1, Ohio 0, top half of the third. Western with already a runner in scoring position with 1 away. Farish looks outside for ball 1, throw down to second, not in time. 1-1 the count. Courtney Farish, we were told earlier, is showing the potential that she's capable of. She was 5 for 9 in the 2 games against Northern Illinois. Takes a strike up and in, 1-2. 3 RBIs in that series, including a home run in game 1. She was 3 for 5, 2 ribbies. Then followed up in game 2. She was 2 for 4 with a double and an RBI. Here's the 1-2 with 1 out. Hit in the air, shallow right center. It looks like Lauren Uhas on the fringe of the grass makes the catch. 2 gone.
Now batting number 16, Alyssa Kramer.
And that brings up Alyssa Kramer, our third baseman, 0 for 1 today. Flew out to dead center her first time up. Geneva, Illinois native, and also a 5'9" junior. Last 3 games with the hit. 2 of those 3 have been multiple hit games. The pitch, swing and a miss. A big hack from Melissa Kramer, 0-1. Western Michigan right now sits bottom 4 in the conference at 10-15. Kent State, Northern Illinois, and Toledo, the 3 teams behind them. The 0-1, foul tipped back to the screen, 0-2. Runner on second, 0-2's to count with 2 gone for WMU. Top half of the third, Western 1, Ohio 0. 2 hits, 2 errors back in the first inning. Allowed Western Michigan to get up on top early. The 0-2, hit to, line to deep center. Allie Inglet reads it perfectly, gets under it to make the over-the-shoulder grab. Western Michigan leaves Jordan Swinehart stranded on a long double, and the score is still 1-0. Broncos on top of Ohio. Step aside from Athens. Bobcats grab the bats after this on the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield.
The past year and a half, we've all been part of unprecedented times that have been heavy. At Integrated Services for Behavioral Health, we have been here for you throughout the heaviness of the pandemic and will continue to be here for you whenever you need us. Checking in on your behavioral health and well-being is more important than ever. If you feel like you can benefit from home or community-based support, counseling, peer recovery support, and a myriad of other services we offer, please call us at 800-321-8293. We're here for you.
You expect world-class primary care from Memorial Health System. It's time to expect more, much more. Our patients now also get free virtual urgent care, so expect our expertise everywhere and answers anytime for free. No one else offers this because we're reinventing primary care. So find out more and expect more today from Memorial Health System.
Western Michigan 1, Ohio 0. Bottom half of the third. 9-1-2 batters due up for the Bobcats in the home half of this third inning. Lauren Uhas, Allie Inglet, and Yasmin Logan. Riley Galloway so far, back-to-back innings of work, scoreless innings for the single-season strikeouts record holder in Western Michigan history. The first pitch from Galloway to Lauren Uhas is upstairs for strike 1, 0-1. Riley Galloway in the max, second in strikeouts looking at now 77 after she got Brooke Rice looking to end the second. The pitch, foul tipped, 0-2 to Uhas, the 192 hitter this season. Her ERA is also second in the conference. And opponents are hitting a second low 181 against Galloway this season. Boy, she's one of the best in the conference. Here's the 0-2 upstairs. And yet Galloway, we read off her numbers earlier. She's 13-17. Galloway's ready. The 1-2 to Uhas. Too high. 2-2 to a very charismatic freshman. Lauren Uhas from West Mifflin, Pennsylvania. She's had just 2 hits in the last 3 series, where she's 2 for 16. The pitch. Lines one into center field. Wolf comes in to make the knee-high catch. Boy, Juhas put a nice scorch behind that. That brings up Allie Inglet. Single back in the first to get Ohio going. However, she was stranded on third base. Megan McMenemy was stranded on second. Can't say enough good things about Allie Inglet. Family came all the way out from California to see her play these last 2 weekends. First pitch called strike, 0-1. Currently on a 7-game hit streak. 4 of the last 7 of those games, she's had multiple hits in those games. The 0-1, show a bunt, pulled back, ball 1. Second all-time in career hits in Ohio history, 241. She's 16 away from Jen Morris's 257, which was set in late 1999. She towers one out to center field. Wolf under it to make the one-handed catch. I should say Allie Inglet with her single earlier today. She now is on a 8-game hit streak. Sorry, I missed that. Yasmin Logan steps up, 2 outs, nobody on, and a 1-0 Western Michigan advantage on Ohio. Home half of the third. Yasmin Logan, 298 hitter this season, 31 hits. Quiet kid, but she's a silent killer. First pitch to her. Inside for ball 1. Yasmin Logan is just hitless in 5 conference games this year. Unbelievable. She's just a sophomore. The 1-0 hit back to Galloway in front of the circle. She gloves off one bounce and throws out Logan. Ohio's gone in order the last 2 innings offensively. They're the number 2 hitting team in the conference. Right now they're being held to just 2 hits, 3 innings through. We go to the 4th, Western Michigan up 1-0 on Ohio. More after this on the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield.
There is a wonderful place to be. That's why CareSource is devoted to keeping you and your family healthy and happy. We promise you not only reliable health care, but also a helping hand with whatever your family needs to succeed. It's why more moms in Ohio choose CareSource for Medicaid than all other plans combined. Things only get better when we work together. And together, there's nothing we can't do. We are one. Learn more at caresource.com.
We've all seen the tragedies associated with drug activity and impaired driving in our state. This is Trooper Conkler of the High State Highway Patrol's Athens Post. We need everyone's help to keep drugs out of our communities, keep impaired drivers off our roads, and get people to make good decisions when driving. Traffic and community safety is the responsibility of everyone. You can do your part in calling pound 677 to report drug activity and impaired or reckless drivers to law enforcement. Together we can make Ohio a safer place to live and travel.
Riley Galloway pitches a 1-2-3 inning, I should say 1-2-3 back-to-back innings, and she comes up to bat here to begin the 4th inning with her Western Michigan Broncos on top of Ohio 1-0. Galloway already a single today. Tall right-hander faces Mackenzie Cole. And this 1-0 Broncos lead in game 1 of our 3-game series and also our doubleheader today. First pitch called the strike, inside corner. 0-1 to begin to the 6'1 senior from LaPorte, Indiana. Against the MAC as a batter, Riley Galloway this year, 234 hitter. She's 18 for 77. Now she's down quickly in the count, 0-2. Coach Litke saying today that, you know, she's carried the team, and Riley Galloway's just been on a mission since day one. She decided she was going to return for her 5th year, utilizing that COVID year. The 0-2 just misses outside, 1-2. Riley Galloway as a hitter 8 times. She's had multiple hits in a game, 4 times multi-RBI games. Twice she's had 4 RBIs in a game. The 1-2, foul tip at the plate. We'll do it again. The one thing, too, about Galloway and her bat right now, since the Buffalo series back on April the 12th, Galloway's just 10 for 64 at the plate, hitting 156. She was swinging 342 going into that series as Mackenzie Cole bounces one across home plate, 2-2. But Galloway was just scorching pitchers going into that Buffalo series, but since whatever it was, starting with the Bulls and up to this point, not sure exactly, but she still has the bat. The 2-2 nearly hits the right foot of Galloway. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1-0 Western Michigan lead on Ohio in the top half of the 4th. Western Michigan got leadoff single and then back-to-back Ohio errors to begin this game. The pitch, lined in the right center field, down for a base hit. It might be extra bases for Galloway. On her horse to second base as Fogue throws in, and not in time. And a leadoff double for Riley Galloway. She's 2 for 2 now today, including that RBI back in the first that brought in Jordan Swinehart to put Western Michigan up 1-0. Natalie Shuey flied out to shallow right fielder last time up, which Lauren Uhas caught to end that first inning. Shows bunt and bunts it to the backstop, foul. Riley Galloway as a hitter this year, her 6th double. And team second high 6th double. Seems like the wind has calmed down here. It's a lot lighter as well. Even though the stadium lights are on, they're really not needed as much as they were back in that first inning. Show a bunt, she bunts it hard to Paoli down the third base line. To throw to first is in time. So Natalie Shuey's down on the 5-3. And Taylor Gary, strikeout back in the second, steps in. Taylor Gary from St. Joseph, Michigan, sophomore. First pitch to her with a runner on second base. She pops it up into shallow right field. Caitlin Fogue charges in, makes the catch, and Galloway stays put at second.
Next up, number 1.
This would be back-to-back innings that Western Michigan has had a runner on second base. And they'll strand him if Taylor Wolf can't bring Riley Galloway around. Taylor Wolf, 152 hitter, 7 hits this season. 5'6" freshman from New Baltimore, Michigan. Just 3 hits in MAC play this year, 27 at-bats. Pitch to her, she waves at it for strike 1. She walked her first time up, so she does not have an official at-bat. The 0-1, lined hard off to the right, foul, 0-2. Bobcats need some wins. Should say they at least need a series win for sure against Western Michigan to hang on to the 2 spot. I mean, Bowling Green is 2 games back, but either way, Bobcats just want to keep winning to for sure lock up this 2 spot. The 0-2 with 2 outs. Swung on and missed. Cole got it a chase outside. Mackenzie Cole's 3rd strikeout today, and she leaves Galloway stranded on second after she began the inning with a leadoff double. 1-0 Western Michigan lead. Bottom half of the 4th coming up on the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield.
Get your ice cold Bud Light, Seltzer here. Even though you can't go to the game, doesn't mean the game can't be brought to you now here. Just go to budlight.com/delivery. That's budlight.com/delivery.
Give me 2 mangoes.
Coming at you. It's a little short. Ow. Sorry. You know what? I'm just going to walk them over to you.
Whenever there's a game to watch, there's a Bud Light there. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, and Bud Light Seltzer, IRC Beer, beer in Texas, St. Louis, Missouri.
If you're traveling to a game, a weekend road trip, or just around town, you need to stop at Go-Mart. You'll find a Go-Mart open 24 hours a day right off the interstate or right off Main Street in your local community. You can refuel your ride with quality gasoline and also yourself with popular snacks, drinks, and more. We're making it easy to keep up with your busy schedule by keeping you on the go. Go-Mart is the proud sponsor of Ohio Bobcat football.
Go for good times. Go for Go-Mart.
Megan McMenemy set to lead things off for Ohio in the bottom half of the fourth. 3-4-5 batters due up for Ohio. Meat of the lineup with McMenemy, Analia Paoli, and Sophia Bernard. And if you're watching our stream, you can start to see some of those dark clouds out beyond the left field wall. That may be coming towards us. The first pitch to McMenemy is swung on, hard hit up the middle for a base hit. And McMenemy leads off this fourth inning with a single, her second today. Megan McMenemy with her 11th multiple hit game this season. And that sets up Analia Paoli, who's 0 for 1 today. And a quick call of time, Kenzie Roark pulls our home plate umpire aside. It sounds like, or not sounds, but it seems like Megan McMenemy is going to get pinch run for, and she will. Emily Walker out of the third base dugout to pinch run for McMenemy.
Running for the Bobcats, number 10, Emily Walker.
Emily Walker has been a pinch runner and a very successful pinch runner a lot this season. Speedster at first base. 5'4" sophomore from Point Marion, Pennsylvania. Paoli at the dish. 4 for 7 in the series against Toledo. 3 for 4 in game 1, 1 for 3 in game 2. She had a home run in both. And she looks low. Ball gets away from the catcher. Over to second base is Walker. She rounds the bag, and finally, Western Michigan is able to get the ball back to Galloway inside the circle. So on the wild pitch, Walker moves up to second base. Galloway is ready, the 1-0, high and in. 2 balls, no strikes to Paoli, who against the MAC this year swinging .430, second in the conference. 34 hits to against the MAC, second in the league. Takes low and in, and Galloway has thrown 3 straight balls to Analia Paoli. Here's the 3-0 from Galloway. Strike, 3 balls, 1 strike. Paoli, with those 2 homers up in Toledo, now has 10 home runs this year. Tied 9th in a single season in Ohio history. There's so many former players tied at 9th and also tied up at 8th, but 1 homer gets her up to tied 8th. Runner on second, 1-0. Western leads Ohio, bottom half of the fourth. The pitch. Paoli hits one on the ground hard to third. Kramer fields, throws out Paoli at first. That is back-to-back hard-hit balls from Paoli to Kramer at third. And Sophia Bernard approaches the plate. The 5'6" junior from Canton hasn't had, should say, she was 0 for 7 in the Toledo games. She hasn't had back-to-back 0 for games since games 1 and 2 against Miami. The pitch up and in, and she dodges that one, 1-0. Megan McMenemy, the double to begin this inning, stands on second. Western leads 1-0, bottom half of the fourth, as Bernard pops up, left side of home plate. The catcher, Duel, makes the catch. And after the leadoff double, Ohio has 2 quick outs. Caroline Spacek comes up to bat now. Spacek, 5'6" senior from Beaumont, Texas. Riding a 4-game hit streak. She's 0 for 1 today. The pitch. Upstairs. Strike one. Emily Walker pinch running for Megan McMenemy at second base. A big spot for Carroll in Ohio here in the home half of the fourth. Down 1-0. Spacek takes up and in for ball one. Spacek, she's 8 for 14 in these last 4 games. .571 average. Home run and 3 RBIs. The pitch. She hits it foul off to the right, 1-2. Caitlin Fogg on deck if needed. Spacek, the righty, steps back in. And Galloway, the righty inside the circle, deals the 1-2. Swung on, but tugged foul. Off to the left and into what used to be outdoor batting cages. Still 1-2 for Spacek. 2 gone. Emily Walker pinch running for Megan McMenemy, who doubled to begin the inning. Western Michigan 1, Ohio 0, bottom half of the fourth in Athens. The 1-2. Check swing, does she go around? If not, it's ball. Oh, she did! They say Spacek went around. That is the second strikeout today for Riley Galloway, and Ohio leaves another runner stranded in scoring position. We head to the fifth. Ohio down 1-0 to Western Michigan. Broncos grab the bats. More after this on the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield.
Together is a wonderful place to be. That's why CareSource is devoted to keeping you and your family healthy and happy. We promise you not only reliable health care, but also a helping hand with whatever your family needs to succeed. It's why more moms in Ohio choose CareSource for Medicaid than all other plans combined. Things only get better when we work together. And together, there's nothing we can't do. We are one. Learn more at caresource.com.
Voice of the Bobcats, Russ Eisenstein, on behalf of David White Services, the largest heating and cooling dealer in Southeast Ohio. They've been the choice of thousands for over 45 years. Offering the most efficient Lennox heat pumps, air conditioners, and furnaces, David White Services can save you money on your heating and cooling bills.
Thanks, Russ. I'm David White.
And I'm Esther White Thomas, inviting you to call us today to schedule a free estimate for heating and cooling or a new gas fireplace.
David White Services is a proud sponsor of Ohio Bobcat Athletics.
Out of the fifth inning. Ohio down to Western Michigan 1-0. 9-1-2 batters due up for Western Michigan to begin inning number 5. Rissa Bejas struck out looking back in the second. The first baseman hitting .214 this year. She too also a pitcher. She has logged some innings for the Broncos this season. First pitch to her is inside for ball one. Ohio's first hit last inning since the first inning, and they left Megan McMenemy's pinch runner Emily Walker stranded on second. So Ohio's had their opportunities. The 1-0 is slapped foul off to the right and outside of the OSF facility. 1-1. In fact, Rissa Bejas from Aurora, Illinois, a sophomore. The 1-1. Strike call inside, 1-2. Spells her last name B-A-J-U-S-Z. Of course, we go down to the Western Michigan's coaches. I say, you guys just have to I'm not even going to take a stab at this. How do you say it? And they said, oh, don't worry, we're used to it being mispronounced. The pitch is too high from Cole to Behus. 2-2. However, yeah, listed as a pitcher, a righty. But has logged some innings as well as a pitcher. Here's the 2-2. High, Cole misses. 3-2. Behus just shy of 100 innings of work this year. However, I guess we should probably talk about her hitting. Probably have the opportunity to talk about her pitching later on in the series. The 3-2 swung on the ground to short. McMenemy dives but comes up short. And Behus on first base with her 26th hit of the season. Now she's 1 for 2 today, and we're back topside for Western Michigan's Cassidy Brentke. Just a sophomore, has a lot of pop in her bat, says head coach Litke. Very fun to talk to earlier. Said on the trip down from Kalamazoo, it rained for all about 30 minutes on their drive. Boy, that poor bus driver. Cole misses to Brentke, 1-0. Nothing like driving in constant rain, right? Ugh. I guess it could be snow, but still. Runner on first, nobody out. Top half of the 5th, Western in command, 1-0. Brentke takes inside for ball 2. On a 4-game hit streak now, Brentke after her single to begin the game. 8 times this year she's had multiple hits in a game. Cole's ready, the 2-0. Strike call outside corner, 2 balls, 1 strike. Brentke was hitting 385 in the first 12 games of the year. Also began this season on a 12-game hit streak. She was 15 for 39 in the first 12 games of the year. She check swing fouls one back to her first base dugout, 2-2. Then she was down to 293 heading into MAC play, and right now, Brentke, the sophomore, 275 coming into today. This year is by far her best year of her career. She had 302 last year. She played in 22 games and had 12 starts. The 2-2. Upstairs, she leaves it, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runner on first base, nobody out. Top half of the 5th for WMU. And a 1-0 lead on Ohio in Athens. Game 1 of our 3-game series. The pitch. Hit on the ground to second. Juhas gloves, underhand flips to second for 1, to first for 2, not in time. So Behus is retired on the 4-3, and Brentke reaches first on the fielder's choice. Jordan Swinehart doubled her last time up in the 3rd. Reached on an error by Ohio's Carolyn Spacek on a sacrifice bunt attempt. Bad throw by Spacek. And then Swinehart scored on a Riley Galloway RBI single. And that's actually your scoring summary too. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, Cole misses, 1-0. Jordan Swinehart also spent 2 seasons at Lake Michigan College, where in 2019 her team reached the NJCAA D2 District 1 tournament. Had 30-plus wins that year. Shows bunt, lays it down, but foul behind home plate. Swinehart last year hit 273. 6 doubles and a home run. Had her first year with Western Michigan cut short due to COVID. Well, I'm sure a lot of transfers from the community college level, and I mean even transfers in general. That 2020 season. 1-1's the count, 1 down. Runner on first for Western. 1-0 lead, top of the 5th for the Broncos on Ohio. As Swinehart loops one into shallow left field, it lands for a base hit. Runners aboard first and second base now for the Broncos, who have something cooking here in the 5th with one away.
Now batting number 13, Courtney Farish.
Courtney Farish steps in. Farish 0 for 2 today, reached on an error on the pitcher, Mackenzie Cole, and then popped out to second. Farish, 5'10 junior, St. Joseph, Michigan native. The pitch to her. Pops her up, but this one's into the seats and may get on beyond the seats. 0-1 to start. Farish, her first game played this year was later than most, March the 22nd, but since April the 13th, Farish is 15 for 46, hitting .326. This is a dangerous hitter right here. The 0-1, swing and a miss. She chases high, 0-2. She's 0 for 2 right now, but you got to be wary of what Farish can do at the dish. Since April the 13th, she's had 7 RBIs and 4 of her season 5 home runs. The 0-2 leaves that one behind away, 1-2. 4 of her 5 home runs are in the last 7 games. And 7 of her season 11 RBIs have been in the last 7. Look out for Courtney Farish this weekend, folks. Runners on first and second. She's in a big spot here to add insurance for the Broncos. Pitch outside from Cole. Count runs even at 2. Western 1, Ohio 0. Top half of the 5th in Athens. Game 1 of our doubleheader and game 1 of our 3-game series, which will extend into tomorrow. The 2-2 pitch swung on and hit high in the air to left center field. Allie Inglet runs under it to make the two-handed squeeze, and the runners stay put. Courtney Farish, the DP today, now 0 for 3. Alyssa Kramer steps in for Western Michigan. With 2 on, 2 out. Mackenzie Cole trying to get out of the jam. The first pitch is fouled off to the screen, 0-1. Alyssa Kramer, 0 for 2 today. She's gone, she's been retired by Allie Inglet in center field twice. Fly out and line out. At the dish and hopes to add more insurance to this 1-0 Western Michigan lead on Ohio. Loops one foul off to the right, and the picnic tables that sit on top of a mound at our OSF facility. Now 0-2. Jordan Swinehart at first, Cassidy Brenke on second. Kramer looking for her first hit today. She's on a 3-game little hit streak. 2 of the last 3 games, she's had multiple hits. The 0-2 is called strike 3. High and wide, Cole paints it perfectly. Her 4th strikeout today, and Western leaves 2 more stranded on the base pass. Make that 6 total that Western has stranded today. Bobcats still down 1-0. Bottom half of the 5th coming up on the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield.
You expect world-class primary care from Memorial Health System. It's time to expect more, much more. Our patients now also get free virtual urgent care, so expect our expertise everywhere and answers anytime for free. No one else offers this because we're reinventing primary care. So find out more and expect more today from Memorial Health System.
We've all seen the tragedies associated with drug activity and impaired driving in our state. This is Trooper Conkler of the High State Highway Patrol's Athens Post. We need everyone's help to keep drugs out of our communities, keep impaired drivers off our roads, and get people to make good decisions when driving. Traffic and community safety is the responsibility of everyone. You can do your part in calling pound 677 to report drug activity and impaired or reckless drivers to law enforcement. Together we can make Ohio a safer place to live and travel.
Caitlin Fogg set to lead things off for Ohio. Home half of the 5th inning coming up. Ohio offensively, they're down 1-0 here in the bottom half of the 5th, and they could use a little lift from the bottom half of the lineup. 7, 8, 9 batters due up here in the 5th. Fogg, Brooke Rice, and Lauren Uhas. The Bobcats' Megan McMenemy in the 4th inning had a leadoff double. And, I should say single, excuse me. And that was their first hit since the 1st inning to begin this game. Fogg takes ball 1, so it's a 1-0 count. She's 0 for 1 today. Fly out to left her first time up. The 1-0 pitch hit on the ground hard to Kramer at third. She gloves between the legs and tosses out Caitlin Fogg easily. Boy, Alyssa Kramer has been great in the hot corner today. She's taken a couple of hard shots from Analia Paoli and that one from Fogg.
Hey, let's go, Brooke. Have some fun up there.
Brooke Rice struck out looking her first time up, approaches the plate. Riley Galloway still inside the circle for Western Michigan. She's been fantastic for the Broncos. As Rice waves at one, does tip it off the inside part of the bat and hits our home plate umpire in the left leg. 0-1. Brooke Rice, 4 for 10 in her last 3 games. She's had a hit in 6 of her last 7, including 10 RBIs in these last 7 games where she's 8 for 22. Fouls it off to the netting, behind home plate, 0-2. She's down quick. Ohio down 1-0, home half of the 5th to begin a weekend, also Mother's Day weekend, and what will be celebrated tomorrow. Brooke Rice, one of the players, the 0-2, and it hits her in the bottom part of the hand. Rice trots down to first, and now I believe our officials, or umpires rather, are going to come together to chat about it.
Different sound between a bat and an elbow.
Might have hit her elbow, might have hit her bat. Rice seems to think, I mean, she's hanging on to her wrist, and I guess they're going to say that it was off the bat. It was off her elbow and her elbow guard. Kenzie Roark down the third base line wants to have a chat now. Saying it's off her. Kenzie Roark even chatting with Brooke Rice about this as well. I guess the elbow guard sounded like it was off the bat. Coaches seem to think Rice is right. Quick call of time. And Ashley Taylor says, I think the count's wrong. Should be an 0-2 count. Oh, 2's the count. All right, we're good to go. So 0-2 to Brooke Rice and 1 down. Nobody on for Ohio. Western Michigan 1, Ohio 0, bottom half of the 5th. The pitch from Galloway hit on the ground, foul to Ohio's third base dugout. Riley Galloway, can't say enough good things about her through this point. She's allowing 3 hits. She struck out 2, single season strikeouts record holder in Western Michigan history. Coming into today, the 0-2, foul ball behind home plate and down below us and caught by, I believe, a Bobcat fan. Yeah. Still 0-2. Rice is battling. Lauren Uhas on deck for Ohio. The 0-2 with 1 out. Swing and a miss. Drop third strike. Duel throws down to first. Out number 2. Of Riley Galloway's 3 strikeouts now today, Brooke Rice is 2 of them. And Lauren Uhas, who lined out to straightaway center her first time up, 0 for 1 today, steps in. Uhas hitting 192 for the season. And she's hitting 194 in MAC play. 9 hits. The pitch. Low and in for ball 1. Uhas, 2 of her 9 hits in conference play were against Northern Illinois. She also had an RBI double in that series. That was last Sunday. Here's the 1-0. Foul behind home plate, 1-1. And caught by Analia Paoli's dad. Nice little reach over the back fence here. 1-1 the count to Uhas. 2 outs, nobody on for Ohio. The pitch is hit hard into Ohio's third base dugout, nearly hitting the head of hitting coach. Andrew's okay. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and that ends the inning. Back-to-back strikeouts ends the 5th, and Ohio's down 1-0 to Western Michigan. They're starting to run out of outs. We head to the 6th. Once again, Ohio down 1-0. Riley Galloway's thrown amazing today through this point. This is the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield.
Get your ice cold Bud Light Seltzer here. Even though you can't go to the game, doesn't mean the game can't be brought to you now here. Just go to budlight.com/delivery. That's budlight.com/delivery.
Give me 2 mangoes.
Coming at you. It's a little short. Ow. Sorry. You know what? I'm just going to walk them over to you.
Whenever there's a game to watch, there's a Bud Light there. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, and Bud Light Seltzer. IRC Beer, beer in Texas, St. Louis, Missouri.
The road to a championship is built on years of practice and hard work. That's true in basketball and the construction industry. The apprenticeship and upgrade training programs provided by the Athens Area Union Building Trades produces the workforce with the most modern skills and cutting-edge knowledge in the industry. The key to success to the Bobcats on the floor is the same as your choice on the work site. The winning move is working with members of the Athens Area Union Building Trades, proud sponsor of Ohio University basketball.
Leading up for the Broncos, number 24, Riley Galloway.
Riley Galloway, after pitching another 1-2-3 inning and back-to-back strikeouts to end the 5th inning, steps in to the batter's box. 2 for 2 today. Riley Galloway, RBI single back in the 1st, the lone run of this ball game, and then she doubled back in the 4th to begin the inning. She hits one hard to the third base's coach's box, foul, 0-1 to start. Now 9 multiple hit games this season for Galloway as a hitter. I mean, as a pitcher, it's just hard to talk about both sides of Riley Galloway. The pitcher Galloway and the hitter Galloway. Just what more can't you say about the 6'1" senior for Western Michigan? The 0-1 off the plate outside, 1-1. And Mackenzie Cole. Despite that first inning, Cole's been great as well. She struck out 4 Broncos. She's only walked a batter. Yes, she's allowed 6 hits, but then again, it's the 1 run. And the amount of runs that you give up that really matters the most. She's only allowed that 1, and it was unearned. Cole misses outside, 2 balls and a strike. That first inning was pretty disastrous for Ohio. A leadoff single and then back-to-back errors. Galloway's RBI single scored Jordan Swinehart, who reached because she tried to get a sacrifice bunt off, but instead, as Galloway skies one to right center field, on the run alleying with the center fielder, she makes this catch near the hip, and Galloway is retired for the first time today. But Jordan Swinehart tried the sac bunt. She laid it down, and Spacek and Cole had some miscommunication. They weren't sure. I mean, Spacek wound up cutting off Cole, but Cole charged for it. And then Spacek's had a bad transition and not the greatest throw to first. Courtney Farish reached on an error on Mackenzie Cole. And Riley Galloway stepped up with the RBI single to score Jordan Swinehart. As Natalie Shuey skies one to third, Paoli under it. She makes the two-handed squeeze. And quickly, Western has 2 up and 2 down here in the top half of the 6th. They lead Ohio 1-0.
Now batting number 8, Taylor Gary.
Taylor Gary, 0 for 2 today. Strikeout and fly out to right. Nine hits this season, Gary. Cole looks at Kenzie Roark in the third base dugout and deals. High, ball 1. If the MAC tournament started right now, Ohio would be the 2 seed. Right behind Miami, the regular season champs. We will go to Oxford next week. Here's the 1-0. Hit in the air off to the right, 1-1. Hit off the light pole, 2 in foul grounds. 2 gone, nobody on for Western. 1-0 lead, top half of the 6th for the Broncos on Ohio. In a weekend in which Ohio will celebrate all of those players who will have their last games at OSF. So some of the seniors last year, the 5th years, weren't recognized last weekend, but they will be this weekend. Strike call, up and in, 1-2. Bowling Green also clinching a spot in the MAC tournament along with Ohio. That was announced recently. Central Michigan, I don't think it's been official yet by the conference. They have Ball State and Akron behind them, but Ball State and Akron are both 13 and 14 in conference play. The 1-2. Strike 3 call. Another inside pitch by Cole in her 5th K today. Broncos go in order, 1-2-3 for the first time today. Bobcats will grab the bats. They're down 1-0 to Western Michigan here at home. This is the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield.
You got your go-tos, your standbys, even your favorites. But the beefy, cheesy burgers at McDonald's take you back to where it all began. Your bite zero, when you first tasted what a burger should be like. 2 perfectly seasoned beef patties stacked with a single slice of melty cheese on a golden bun. Now at McDonald's, get 2 McDouble burgers for $3. Whatever it is to you, classics are classics for a reason. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
Together is a wonderful place to be. That's why CareSource is devoted to keeping you and your family healthy and happy. We promise you not only reliable health care, but also a helping hand with whatever your family needs to succeed. It's why more moms in Ohio choose CareSource for Medicaid than all other plans combined. Things only get better when we work together. And together, there's nothing we can't do. We are one. Learn more at caresource.com.
Western Michigan 1, Ohio nothing. Bottom half of the 6th inning coming up, and Ohio's top of the order due up in Allie Inglet, Yasmin Logan, and Megan McMenemy. Defensive substitution for Western Michigan out in right field. Darcy Barkowskis is playing down the right field line now for WMU as Inglet hits one hard on the ground to second. Swinehart gloves off one bounce and throws out Allie Inglet for out number 1 here in the 6th. It's been a pitcher's duel here today between Riley Galloway and Mackenzie Cole. Just a 1-0 ball game. Ohio's gone in order 3 times today. They have 3 hits. They've stranded 3 on the base pass. Their 2 errors came costly back in the 1st inning. Western Michigan capitalized. As Yasmin Logan at the plate, 0 for 2 today, takes ball 1, low and in. Bobcats offensively, they've been shut down by Riley Galloway, one of the best pitchers in the conference, as Logan swings through the next pitch, 1-1. Galloway second in the MAC in strikeouts. Her ERA is second. Opponents hit just 181 against her. That's also second in the conference. And yet she's on a bottom 4 team in the MAC. Here's the 1-1. Strike call to Logan, 1-2. The plan was for Ohio to attack Galloway early, but they did. They had runners. They had 2 on back in the 2nd, but just unable to bring them around. They're down 1-0. Here's the 1-2. Fouled off by Logan to the backstop. This is an Ohio team that you just look at what they've done in conference play. I mean, nothing against the non-conference part of the game, part of the schedule for Ohio was tough, but Ohio scored the third most runs in the conference. Right now they're being held to just, well, held to none right now as Galloway misses high and wide. Ohio fourth most hits in the conference as well as a team, hitting 300. Right now scoreless through 5 1/3. The pitch. Logan hits one high. It foul grounds down the left field line, but Shuey unable to get there in time, so the count stays 2-2. Ohio as well, second most homers in the conference. That's in conference play too, I should specify. But Galloway's been great today. Quick call of time, and I believe a softball from Ohio's bullpen came into play, so that's why they called time. Kylie Kofelt warming up for game 2, which will take place 30 minutes after this one concludes. The 2-2. Logan foul tips one. She stays alive. Logan riding an 8-game hit streak. 9 for 28 in these last 8 games. 9 RBIs in this little streak as well. Wow. 3 homers as well. She scored 8 times. The 2-2. High and wide. Couple of pitches. This at bat had just gone away from Galloway. Logan, the righty, back inside the box. Galloway's ready. The 3-2 pitch with one gone. Too high for ball 4. That's what Ohio needed. And Riley Galloway's first walk today. And now that brings up Megan McMenemy. Riley Galloway just walked her 55th batter this year. Talk about being disciplined inside the circle. It's just not a lot from somebody who's thrown so many innings this year. 133 coming into today. As Megan McMenemy, who has singled twice today, she has 2 of Ohio's 3 hits, takes a first pitch strike. 0-1. Offensively, McMenemy has been Ohio's only hope. The 0-1. Slapped to the other way, left side, foul to the sidewall, 0-2. Runner on first, 1 out for Ohio, bottom half of the 6th. They trail Western Michigan 1-0. Found themselves in a hole after the top half of the first, thanks to back-to-back errors. It's a Broncos RBI single. McMenemy slaps one to short on the ground. Brenke juggles it, throws to second, not in time. Logan's there safely. E6 and McMenemy's aboard first base safely. And that brings up Analia Paoli. Paoli 0 for 2 today as Western Michigan calls for time, and they have a conference call inside the pitcher's circle. Paoli also has a chat with Kenzie Roark a quarter of the way down the third base line. And Western Michigan has a lot to talk about here and to strategize against Paoli, who, oh, by the way, sure 0 for 2 today, but is still hitting .430 against the conference with 34 hits, 7 of her season 10 home runs, 25 RBIs. I normally don't bring up slugging percentage just because numbers overload and stats overload. But Paoli against the MAC is slugging .759. Big spot for the sophomore here, with runners on first and second base, and Ohio down 1-0 in the home half of the sixth. Paoli swings through the first pitch. Her timing was way off on that swing, 0-1. Hitting fourth in Ohio's lineup. Riley Galloway deals the 0-1. It's blooped behind the pitcher's circle, and making a basket catch is Brentke. She makes the catch. And Paoli's 0 for 3 today with hard ground outs to third and a pop out to short. And Sophia Bernard was going to be due up, but instead, this will be Tori Walker. So Tori Walker, who we haven't seen since she suffered a concussion in the Central Michigan series, steps in. Tori Walker hitting .233 this season, 14 hits in a big spot here with runners on first and second base, 2 outs, down 1-0 to Western Michigan in the home half of the sixth. Here's the pitch, and she fouls it off to the backstop, 0-1 to start. She suffered a concussion in that game, and we haven't seen her since. And I was asking the coaching staff about her today, and they said, you know, she's been a little slow recovery-wise, but we'll play it by ear, and here we are. The 0-1, swing and a miss, 0-2. Riley Galloway 1 strike away from getting out of this jam. Keeping her team up 1-0 in the sixth, or should say going into the seventh. Here it comes with 2 outs, the 0-2. Way high. 1-2. Tori Walker electing to come to Ohio to play with her sister Emily, Plain City, Ohio native. Here's the 1-2. Fouled off to the left, and foul. Out of play. One ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Low and outside. Walker leaves it be. Sophia Bernard was 0 for 2. 2 pop-outs to first and a pop-out to the catcher. Here's the 2-2. Fouled to the backstop. Count stays the same. McMenemy at first, Yasmin Logan at second. If Walker can find Green, Yasmin Logan might get sent by Kenzie Roark. The 2-2 with 2 outs. Upstairs. Riley Galloway's lone walk this game has come this inning. Full count to Tori Walker. Pinch hitting for Sophia Bernard. The payoff pitch. Hit on the ground, foul into Ohio's dugout. And Walker keeps fighting at the dish. Galloway's ready. The 3-2 pitch with 2 outs. Hit in the air, down the left field line. Foul. She tugged it just a bit hard. And the count stays 3-2. Western Michigan fans in attendance. Boy, did they just give out a loud sigh of relief. The payoff, bloop to the right side and caught by Bejas, the first baseman, and Riley Galloway is able to get out of it. Wow. Ohio leaves 2 more stranded. The first time they've had 2 base runners since the first, and a chance to tie the game and maybe take the lead. Galloway shuts the door on the opportunity. We head to the 7th. Ohio down 1-0 to Western Michigan. More after this on the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield.
Hi, this is Jared Dean with Dean Heating and Cooling. As your local Tempstar dealer, you can experience superior home comfort with Tempstar game-changing technology. Whether you need a fall tune-up or a midwinter repair call, our expert technicians will make sure your heating system is running at peak performance. Count on Dean Heating and Cooling and Tempstar to keep you cozy all winter long. Find us online at deanheatingandcooling.com, and go Cats!
Voice of the Bobcats, Russ Eisenstein, on behalf of David White Services, the largest heating and cooling dealer in Southeast Ohio. They've been the choice of thousands for over 45 years. Offering the most efficient Lennox heat pumps, air conditioners, and furnaces, David White Services can save you money on your heating and cooling bills.
Thanks, Russ. I'm David White.
And I'm Esther White Thomas, inviting you to call us today to schedule a free estimate for heating and cooling or a new gas fireplace.
David White Services is a proud sponsor of Ohio Bobcat Athletics.
Still a 1-0 Western Michigan lead as we enter the top half of the 7th inning. Jordan Cavanaugh set to lead things off for Western Michigan. 8-9-1 batters due up in the 7th. Jordan Cavanaugh swinging for Taylor Wolf, who was 0 for 1 today with a walk and a strikeout. And the first pitch to Cavanaugh is inside for ball 1. Cavanaugh this season, .296 hitter. This is her 28th at bat. She has 8 hits this season. And Cavanaugh, a freshman, stands 5'8", takes a strike. 1-1 the count. Macomb, Michigan native, Cavanaugh. Did play one of the 2 games against Northern Illinois. Should say she pitched 3 innings. Swings through. Pitch number 3 of the at-bat, 1-2. Cavanaugh also had 1 at-bat in both games. She was 0 for 2 in the whole series. The 0-2. 1-2 rather, fouled off to the netting behind home plate. Still a 1-2 count. One nothing lead for Western Michigan on Ohio. Bobcats, the number 2 offense in the MAC, being held to just 3 hits, no runs. The 1-2. Hit in the air to right. Caitlin Folk pursues, and she leaps. It gets over her head. Cavanaugh on her horse to second base, and the throw-in's not in time. Folk hit Uhas, the cutoff man, and Uhas's throw was not in time.
Now batting for the Broncos, number 11.
Seemed like Folk didn't have a good read on that line drive out to right. And Taylor Wolf comes back into this game for Cavanaugh to pinch run. So Cavanaugh with a double in her 2nd this year. 7 hits now for Western Michigan in game 1 of our 3-game series and game 1 of our doubleheader today. Rissa Bejas, 1 for 2 today, struck out looking in the 2nd, singled in the 5th. Not what you want if you're Ohio to begin this 7th inning. You're only down 1-0. Leadoff double here in the 7th. The pitch, show a bunt. Pulled back for ball 1, and this is a good move by Western Michigan to move over a base runner via sac bunt and have 2 more outs to work with to try to get that runner home. Here's the pitch, show a bunt, pulled back. It's grounded to first, where Spacek gloves and steps on the first base bag.
Now
That moves over Taylor Wolf to third. And an insurance run for the top of the lineup for Western Michigan, and with one out. Anything in the air to the outfield will likely score Taylor Wolf. So if you're Western Michigan here, you're in a good spot with one out, top of the 7th. You already have a 1-0 lead. One more run to make it that much harder for the number 2 offense in the MAC to try to come back in the home half of the 7th. The pitch is hit on the ground to second. Juhas throws home. The runner scores from third. It's a 2-0 ball game. Throw is off the mark by Juhas. And Cassidy Brentke makes this a 2-0 ball game. Jordan Swinehart comes up to bat, 2 for 3 today. Doubled in the 3rd, singled in the 5th. He's had a great day overall. And the first pitch to her from Cole, it's low and in. The 1-0 from Cole. Misses high and wide. 2 balls, no strikes. Runner on first. One down for Western Michigan. The top half of the 7th. They lead 2-0 on Ohio. Pitch is hit in the air. Curls foul out of play for Jordan Swinehart. 2-1. Swinehart's senior year. Without a doubt knows in the back of her mind that after this series she won't put on that uniform for Western Michigan again. The 2-1. Fouls it off, 2-2. And that kind of mindset for a team like Western Michigan, they know that this is the last time that they'll play this season. That is actually a very dangerous mindset for a team like Ohio to face. There's just a little more, there's just pride, and we're going to miss playing this year until next year. There's that attitude. Here's the 2-2, is looped into shallow left field, down the line, and it hits the chalk. Oh, they call it foul. Just barely. If that was foul, it was by millimeters. 2-2. And that Western Michigan mindset is, I mean, you're seeing it here in game 1. A team with nothing to lose, they're just playing to have fun. They're playing to play together again for the final time this year. I should say, this year. Cole misses low and in. 3 balls, 2 strikes with a runner on first base and a 2-0 deficit for Ohio to Western Michigan. The 3-2 pitch. Hit in the air to left. Yasmin Logan ranges near the left field line, and she makes the 2-handed catch. And now there are 2 outs for Western Michigan here in the 7th. With Courtney Farish 0 for 3 today. Reaching an error by Mackenzie Cole back in the 1st. Pop out to second. Fly out to straightaway center. We mentioned Courtney Farish has been red hot since April 13th. 326 hitter, 15 for 46. Coming into this game since then. Hitting .311 against the MAC. First pitch to her misses low for ball 1. Runner aboard first, 2 gone for Western. 2-0 lead on Ohio in the top half of the 7th. The pitch is hit hard into straightaway center field. Allie Inglett's off her glove and ricochets off the wall. Around third, coming to score is going to be Brenke. The play at the plate is in time. The relay from right center field retires the side. And the home half of the seventh coming up. Ohio keeps it a 2-0 ball game. Will the Bats come back? We'll find out after this on the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield.
Bobcat fans, the Hugh White family of dealerships is your hometown Athens dealer. And to show our commitment to the community, we're offering free car washes for Ohio University students and faculty, as well as college grad discounts with all of our new brands. But that's not all. We provide free concierge service for faculty. We'll pick up your vehicle and drop it back off after service. Take advantage of our leases at under $200 per month. Come visit us on North Columbus Road, less than 5 minutes from campus, or online at visithughwhite.com. And remember, if the deal is right, it must be Hugh White.
The past year and a half, we've all been part of unprecedented times that have been heavy. At Integrated Services for Behavioral Health, we have been here for you throughout the heaviness of the pandemic and will continue to be here for you whenever you need us. Checking in on your behavioral health and well-being is more important than ever. If you feel like you can benefit from home or community-based support, counseling, peer recovery support, and a myriad of other services we offer, please call us at 800-321-8293. We're here for you.
Ohio down to their last 3 outs. Home half of the seventh. Carolyn Sponchek, Kaylin Fogg, Brooke Rice are the three due up here in the seventh against Riley Galloway, who has allowed just 3 Ohio hits. Bobcats being held scoreless. Let's just say the first time in a long time. Carolyn Sponchek steps in. The Bobcats have not been held scoreless in conference play at all this year. Their last scoreless game was against Appalachian State on March 5th. As Sponchek flies one into the infield to second base, and it's caught by Swinehart for out number 1. That is a lot of games where you've not, or should say a lot of games in between now and March the 5th that you've been able to score at least 1 run. Kaylin Fogg 0 for 2 today. First pitch to her is hit hard on the ground but foul, 0-1. Bobcats have held a couple of MAC opponents scoreless, but they've never been held scoreless. They've never been shut out. The 0-1, Fogg hits it behind the netting and out of play, 0-2. And I guess if you have any kinks you need to get out, get them out now before next week. However, you can have a 3-game series like this one to build momentum going into next week. You don't want to just sit in the back seat and wait. The 0-2, low, ball 1. Also, if you're Riley Galloway, likely, not sure if we'll see her tomorrow or not. Maybe we will. But this could be her last outing inside the circle as a Bronco. The 1-2, blooped right side near the Broncos on deck circle and caught by the catcher, Duel. And Ohio down to Brooke Rice, their last out. Riley Galloway has thrown 4 pitches here in the 7th, and she has 2 outs. Rice today, she has struck out twice to Riley Galloway. Of Galloway's 4 strikeouts, Rice is 2 of them. And the first pitch to Rice is high and away for ball 1. Ohio dugout. Their Brooke Rice chance down the third base line. Ball 2 inside, 2-0. Rice, a .304 hitter, 7 homers this year. Her career best year offensively, 35 hits, 25 RBIs. The 2-0 from Galloway. Strike call, upstairs, 2-1. Bobcats down to their last out. The 2-1 pitch. Hit hard on the ground to third. Kramer fields it on a bounce. Throws to first. Ball game. Riley Galloway, the only Mid-American Conference pitcher to shut out the Ohio Bobcats. Final score, Western 2, Ohio nothing. Bobcats held scoreless in a ball game for the first time since March 5th earlier this year. And a great performance by Galloway, only allowing 3 Ohio hits. Bobcats strand 5 total on the base paths. She strikes out 4, only walks 1 batter. Bobcats, the 2 runs scored by Western back in the first inning. Cassidy Brentke got it started with a single. Then Jordan Swinehart reached on an error on Carolyn Spacek after she tried to sacrifice herself on a bunt. Instead, she reached on the error by Spacek. Then Courtney Farish popped one up in front of Mackenzie Cole in front of the pitcher's circle, and it dropped. That's when Riley Galloway hit an RBI single to put Western Michigan up 1-0. And then back in that 7th inning, Jordan Kavanaugh's leadoff double. She scored on a RBI fielder's choice by Cassidy Brentke. And those are the 2 runs that Western needed to take down Ohio in Game 1. Game 2, half hour after this one. There is a new link on our YouTube channel in which hopefully you'll find easily. And after that, I guess we'll talk to you here in 30 minutes. Thanks so much for listening once again. Western Michigan 2, Ohio nothing. Game 2, half hour after this one. We'll talk to you then.